Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's look is really awesome because it's 100% drugstore stuff. So the eyes are done completely using the Morphe 35P palette, which is so underrated. Look at this palette. It's gorgeous. You have some nice colors, you have some nice warms, you have some nice cool tone shades. Like, oh, it's so underrated. So yeah, I'm going to use this for my eyes, and then I dabble in a bunch of different stuff for the face, but again, it's all from the drugstore, and if you can't find it at the drugstore, then it is drugstore pricing, and you can find it on like that brand specific website. I'll list all the products that I use down below in the description box. So yeah, if you want to see how to get this look, then let's get started. So first things first, I'm just gonna tie my hair back. And I haven't decided if I want to do my eyes first or my face first, but I have a feeling I'm going to do my eyes first just because I don't necessarily know exactly what's going on with that. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyelids just using my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 15 Fair. So really all this is doing is canceling out those freckles that I have on my eyelids, and it's also going to just give us a nice even surface. And then once this is all blended out, I will go ahead and set it with a bone colored shadow, and there's probably one in this palette. So now I'm going to jump into the palette, and I'm going to take this matte white shade right there and just use that to set concealer that we put on our lid so there's no skipping or anything, and all the colors lay down nice and smooth. So the next thing we're gonna do is take this shade right here and just start buffing that all over the crease. And it's okay if you take this on the lid because we will be covering that up later. You just want a really nice light wash of color. Okay, so I just zoomed you guys in a little bit, so hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing a little bit better. So the next shade we're gonna take is this brown shade right here in the corner of the palette, and we're just gonna lay this in our crease just a little bit lower than we laid that first shade. Now I'm gonna go ahead into this shade right here, this dark purple shade, and I'm gonna start laying this on the outer V. I want most of that color to be right here on the outer edge, so that's where I'm gonna place my brush first to deposit the most product. And once most of it's off my brush, I'm gonna start blending it, keeping it nice and low in that crease. And I'm going to drag this about halfway in. And then I'm going to go in with a clean blending brush and just run this through my crease. And then I'm just going to repeat this with the other eye, and we'll be right back. Okay, so now that our eyes are even, I'm going to take this little crown smudger brush, and I'm going to put concealer on it and then kind of do like a faux cut crease. Oh, I picked up the wrong shade concealer, but that's okay. And I'm only taking this about halfway. So now that we have that concealer on our eyes, I'm gonna take this super bright purple shade on that same brush that we used to put the concealer on our eyes and go ahead and pack that where we put the concealer. Also, I apologize for my super dark under eyes. Now that we have that really pretty lilac shade where we want it, we're just gonna take our brush that we smudged the purple out with on the outer V and go ahead and blend those two colors together. I did not put any excess product on this brush. I'm just using what was left over at first. But now I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit more of that dark purple that we used on the outer V. I'm really just smudging it right along where those two colors meet, trying to create a nice ombre. Now to highlight that brow bone, I'm going to take that white shade that we used in the beginning all over the lids and just place this at the very tops by our brows. And I'm just going to kind of blend it into the other shades also. So first placing it right there at the arch and then kind of blending it down. And that's pretty much it for the eyes, at least for right now. So I'm just gonna take a makeup wipe real quick and get all this shadow underneath my eye, and then also sharpen up the edge. Okay guys, now let's move on to the face, because your girl's got some heavy dark circles and some breakouts going on right now, and we should have probably done the face first to cover that mess up. So for foundation today, I'm using the Maybelline Matte and Poreless, and I'm going to be mixing the shades 102 and 122. And I just pour some out on the back of my hand to mix it. So at first, I'm just going to take it off the back of my hand with this like flat paddle foundation brush and just brush it on. Just getting it all over my face at first, and then I'll go in with a different brush to really buff it into the skin. So now that we have that foundation buffed in, I'm going to go ahead and take my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 15 Fair and conceal those awful dark circles. And I'm also going to use this to highlight the face. I'm just going to take that same foundation brush and just go ahead and buff that into the skin. Using dabbing motions and not swiping motions, so that way we're just really pressing the product into our skin and we're not moving it and moving our foundation that's underneath. Then to set my under eyes, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 05 Fair. This shade does have some brightness to it since it is the shade Fair, so I like using it to brighten up the under eyes. So everywhere I put concealer, I'm going to press this powder in. And I'm also going to set my nose just because I do get a little oily around there throughout the day. And actually, I think I'm just going to go ahead and set the rest of my face with this. But I'm just going to take like a big loose powder brush and just lightly set it. Or heavily. For bronzer today, I'm going to be using the NYC Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder in the shade 720 Sunny. So to contour today, I'm going to take the e.l.f. Contouring Blush and Bronzer Powder, and it's in the shade, what are you? Fiji, the matte Fiji shade. So I'm just going to take this shade and contour my face. And I'm really only dabbing like the very tip of my brush in there to contour. And just to make sure everything's nice and blended, I'm just going to take my bronzer brush and run over really quickly. Moving on to blush, I'm actually going to take this blush from this little Fiji duo and just pop that on my cheeks. For highlight, I'm going to take this IBY Beauty highlighter I have in the shade Bubbly, and I did get this in an Ipsy bag, so that's why it's so tiny. But I'm going to go ahead and highlight my cheeks with this. At the very center, like tops of my cheekbones, I'm going to take the Maybelline Master Chrome highlight in the shade 50 Molten Rose Gold. It looks like this. I'm just going to take this and put that right in the center of my cheekbones, like the highest point. And I'm also going to take a little bit of this on the tip of my nose and my Cupid's bow. I'm also going to take this on a pencil brush and use it as my inner corner highlight. And I'm going to mix in a little bit of the IBY Beauty as well for that inner corner highlight. So now I'm going to go ahead and finish my lower lash line, and to do that I'm going to take that dark purple shade right here that we used on the outer V and just run that along my lower lash line about 3/4 of the way in, and I'm just going to use this tiny little flat definer brush and push that color along my lower lash line as much as possible. Again, about 3/4 of the way in. And now I'm just going to take a regular old pencil brush and mix those two shades that we put in our crease, this corner one and then that one right there. And I'm going to use these two to buff out that lower lash line. And this one I'm taking all the way in. Really quickly, I'm just going to fill in my brows with my Maybelline Total Temptation brow thingy. And for mascara today, I'm going to use my Eyeko Lash Alert mascara. So just went ahead and threw on some white eyeliner. This one's just from Wet n Wild. I threw this in my waterline just to make my eyes look more open and awake. And then the last thing I need to do is put on some lipstick. I was looking for my lip liner. So for lip liner, I'm using the Milani Color Statement Lip Liner in the shade 09 Spice. I'm kind of going to do a custom color here for lips, so I'm going to use this shade Heart On. It's a matte lippy stick from ColourPop, and I'm just going to like dab this on my lips lightly. And then over top of that, I'm going to take the Maybelline lipstick in the shade Nude Lust. Alright guys, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I quickly want to apologize for the lighting. I know it's a little dark in here now, and before it was probably going like light, dark, light, dark. It's been cloudy, and now it seems that the clouds have really rolled over and we're just straight living in cloudy weather right now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I had a lot of fun creating it, and I hope you guys like how this look turned out. I think that this look looks gorgeous. I love that bright purple. I think it really opens up your eyes, and I feel like you could do this with really any color that you wanted. Casey Holmes just did a video recently, and she used a like teal shade as her like purple and then a darker blue on the outer corners of her lids, and it looked gorgeous, and that's kind of what inspired me to do this look. If you guys enjoyed watching this tutorial, don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below and press that subscribe button as well. I really appreciate it. Leave any future video requests down below in the comment section. I'd love to hear what you guys want to see. Thanks again for stopping by my channel, guys. I will see you in my next one. Bye. Yeah, because I feel like you're just going to make fun of me the whole time.
Yeah, you still want me to listen to it.
Shh, be quiet. That was not right, but whatever.
That was not how you do it.
How do I do it? Ooh, let's get started.